Hey guys, welcome back to the Power Play on WDSR Radio. And once again, you can hear us live at WDSR.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter as well at PowerPlay14. So give us a follow. We will be sure to keep our Twitter updated this time, we promise. Anyway, coming back to the show, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the injuries and some of the trade rumors going around the NHL now that the season is about to start back up again tomorrow with the closing of the Olympic Games. So I know, Krista, you were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier. I kind of want to dive right into this trade rumor. Who was this name again that you came to me with and said you had heard something about them?
Well, I heard today via ESPN that the Sabres are still looking to shop Ryan Miller, who has been their MVP this year on a very bad Buffalo team behind that horrendous defense. But yes, the Sabres are still looking for a buyer for Ryan Miller. I don't know who exactly they're looking for as far as in return, but I'm sure Ryan Miller is going to be wanted by a lot of teams, and I'm sure someone will pick him up. There will be a good enough offer, whether Buffalo might be waiting to closer to the deadline to perhaps get a larger price for him. But I feel like Ryan Miller won't be in a Buffalo uniform come late March.
I feel like this is kind of unfair for poor Miller. First, 4 years ago, he's starting in the Olympics. He plays one game during the Olympics this year. He's behind this horrible, horrible Buffalo defense, and it really hasn't been Ryan Miller's time. It was kind of like he peaked in the 2008 Olympics? 2010.
2014.
2000. No.
He was not in the he wasn't in the Summer Olympics.
2010 Olympics in Vancouver, and I feel like he's been honestly on a steady decline since that puck went in from Sidney Crosby in overtime.
I mean, I don't think it's fair that, he might be the one getting the boot. Like you said, Buffalo doesn't really have a very strong defense, and, it's not always going to be the goaltender's fault. A lot of times your defense is what makes your goaltender look so good or look so bad. But yeah, I mean, like you said, he's been their MVP for how many years now, and he is a very good goaltender. It's just kind of unfortunate that he has that team in front of him at the moment, and I think it's a little unfair that he's going to be the one paying the price for it. But then again, you can go back and look at that as, maybe he's going to go to another team that's going to give him an opportunity to be the goaltender, the great goaltender that he is, that has a better defense that's going to be in front of him.
One of the great rumors which I saw today was about the Pittsburgh Penguins and Miller possibly having a connection. I know that Fleury has had shaky playoff pasts, and Vokoun has question marks as far as his return. But I thought that was funny reading that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, Fleury has been a little bit questionable in the playoffs the past few years, and again, with Vokoun's condition, you don't really even know what to guess with that, but I think Jeff Zakoff is doing a great job as the backup goaltender this season. I don't really see the need to bring in someone like Ryan Miller at this point for the Penguins.
Wouldn't it be so interesting to see Ryan Miller and Sidney Crosby on the same team, though? That just makes me laugh.
I really would like to see that, actually. Will it happen? Probably not. Would it be interesting? Absolutely.
Yeah, with 3 active goaltenders at the moment, I feel like the Penguins already have enough options. I mean, you're that far in front. Right now, I know it's late February, heading into March, but the team hasn't been lacking a goaltender. Fleury's been playing well, and it's a new season.
I mean, personally, I think if you're going to try to use money that you have left in the cap, don't go for a goaltender. Go for someone that's going to replace Pascal Dupuis, since he's out for the rest of the season and possibly even into the beginning of next season. So, yeah, I think for the Penguins to take Ryan Miller, I don't really think that that wouldn't be a smart move at this point.
And also, the rumors of Ryan Callahan being shipped out of New York, and Vanek, sort of. These are guys who could also possibly be traded. Who do you think that Pittsburgh, if you were the GM of Pittsburgh right now, who would you be looking for as far as, are you looking for a top 4 defenseman? Are you possibly looking for another winger?
My first priority would be the winger, just because the Penguins took such a hit with the loss of Dupuis. that top line of Crosby, Kunitz, Dupuis was such a fantastic, strong line that you're going to need someone to replace that. I mean, they're having enough problems right now trying to find a permanent winger for the Malkin Neal line. They've got enough going on right there. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jokinen has been fantastic on that second line with Malkin and Neal, but I think if I were the GM, my priority would be in finding another winger for Crosby that's going to be a little bit more permanent than shuffling the lines around, because you got to look at the players too. I mean, when you move them around from line to line from different nights, everybody's got their own different playing style, and they got to adapt very quickly, and that can get problematic at times. So that's where my priorities would lie.
Do you feel like the Penguins are going to be looking at anyone that has possible allergy medication?
Good segment. I've been wanting to talk about this all night. I think this is crazy. I didn't hear about this until after the gold medal game, actually. I'm not sure why I didn't see this more in the media anywhere. But the Swedish officials confirmed that Nicholas Backstrom tested positive for a banned substance, the banned substance being found in his allergy medicine that he has been taking for 7 years. And Swedish coach Mark said he found out that Backstrom couldn't play just 2 hours before the game. And I know in the Olympics wellness policy that he cannot keep the silver medal. He did not play. And if anyone else on Team Sweden had been taking allergy medicine, or I'm not sure if it's acetaminophen, it might be the specific aspect of the drug, but I know if you would take too much ibuprofen or a painkiller as well, it would be found in your system. And if there had been another wellness violation for Team Sweden, none of them would have been able to keep their silver medals. But you're a hockey player, you get bumped around. Like, I'm surprised that this hasn't been called or hasn't been shown before in taking maybe ibuprofen if you're sore, and allergy medicine. I'm not sure what allergens are in the air in Sochi, but it's allergy medicine. This is crazy to me, and I feel terrible. I mean, how can you, when you say you violated a wellness policy, like, everyone assumes the worst.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that it didn't get more media attention than this. I mean, like, whenever you hear that an athlete failed a drug test, you automatically assume the worst. But I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting that 2 hours before the gold medal game, it comes out that he can't play because he failed from a allergy medication. I mean, that's the whole situation just seems a little fishy to me, and I don't really quite know what to make of that. But yeah, that kind of stinks that he can't come away with that silver medal just because of that, especially since he claims to have been taking it for years leading up to this.
Now, talking about injuries for a second, obviously we'll talk about Paul Martin and his hand injury in a second. Steven Stamkos is targeting a March 6th return from that broken leg. Pekka Rinne is increasing his activity as far as his condition from working back from his injury. And we'll talk about Paul Martin now. That was a bad injury for the US, but how significant of an injury is that going to be for the Pittsburgh Penguins down the stretch?
I mean, they said he was watching the gold medal game in the stands with a cast on his arm, and obviously when it's serious enough that you have a cast on your arm, you're going to be out for a decent number of weeks. So I see that as a very significant loss for the Penguins. Thank God they have such a deep, or I guess they have a lot of depth at the blue line that they can, recall certain minor league players that have really stepped up this season to help out both offensively and defensively. But yeah, the Penguins are going to be feeling it. Although I have to admit, I actually did not hear that he was injured until right before the gold medal game started, and I don't think a lot of people knew that he was injured right before the game started. Actually, I had one of my friends say to me, "What would you do if Paul Martin scored the golden goal of 2014?" And my response was, "Well, I'd be very impressed considering he's watching the game from the stands right now." So yeah, that kind of came as a shock when I heard about that.
But yeah, the news is that he's going to consult Penguins doctors when he comes back, and then we'll get a greater perspective on how long his timeline is, whether it's going to be 1 month or if it's going to be 2 weeks, or whether it's going to be one of those sort of upper body injuries and we won't hear about it for a couple of months.
The Penguins have been fine without him. I mean, he's been injured on and off all year, and it's never been a problem, especially with the guys they have been calling up. So I really don't see it as too significant of an injury. He's going to be out for a couple weeks, but I think the Penguins will be able to still battle without him. And we are going to go ahead and take our last break. And when we come back, we will have Jake's rant segment. Not sure what it is yet. If it's Five for Fighting, not sure if it's going to be about the Olympics or anything coming up in the NHL. But you can follow us on Twitter, and maybe you can check out and see what it's all about. We are at the Power Play 14. We are Daisy, Chris, and Katie, and we will be right back.